Alright guys, how are we doing? Bit of a weird video today. I thought I'd do basically a kind of updated collection of my cards. Obviously I've done a lot of card openings on the channel. I've never actually done a collection update though. This won't necessarily be like a forgive me there. This won't necessarily be like a full collection. I have got like obviously BTB boxes and stuff like that with bulk and a few random cards dotted around. But I thought I'd show off the majority of some of my more, I guess, flashy cards, and just some of the cards that are a little bit mean to me. So we're going to have a little look in a sec. I'm basically just going to voice over for most of the video. And I'm going to show you my main binder, which is my promo card binder for Scarlet and Violet, which I've just shoved a bunch of different cards in from different kind of eras. So EX cards, GX cards, Vs, Galarian Gallery, Trainer Gallery, all sorts of cards just in there to show what I've got. But then I'll start off briefly just skimming through my promo collection, as that's my main goal, is to try and collect all the promo cards. But I'll hand you over to voiceover, Kaylin, and I'll see you guys later. So starting off, here are all my promos. This is obviously my promo book or my promo binder. I'm using these to display my promos, and like I said in the intro, I've just put the rest of my cards at the back for ease of display. I've ordered all of these in numerical order, so at the bottom of each promo card, it's not showing up too well on camera here. It's the gloss on the binder pages that doesn't do the cards any favors. But at the bottom of each promo card, you'll see a black star and a number. Essentially, the number means where it is in the promo collection, same as it would be in a set. And the black star is just to signify, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. That is a promo card. So where I've got overturned Pokemon cards, that is to show that I've got gaps there. So cards that I'm missing. I'm doing pretty well with the collection so far. I'd like to say there's a few cards in it that I have got but just aren't displayed in the binder yet, simply because I'm using them in decks or I've got them in top loaders, but they will eventually make their way into the binder. A lot of the cards that I'm missing are a lot of the pre-release ones and the deck box ones. The deck box ones I hate having to pay for, because you pay 10 quid and you're paying 10 quid just for one promo, and you're not really wanting the deck. But the pre-release ones as well, they're just a little bit hard to come by, unless you're going to a bunch of pre-release events or you're buying multiple. So I tend to buy a few of those single off eBay. But in terms of the collection, I'm doing fairly well. I'm quite happy with it. Obviously, I've just got the Pokemon Worlds one there. I'm very grateful I managed to get that. So that's one of my hardest ones gone. A page of just empty promos. These are ones that I haven't really released yet. With the latest one being the Pikachu, the World Championships one, which is 195, I believe, on the promos. So very far in the future. Now, on to my, I guess, my main collection. So starting off with some of my trainer cards. I have got a lot more of these, just hidden away somewhere. Some of my most recent cards you would have seen from the Shrouded Fable opening, a few of my ace specs there. Shiny Mimikyu, don't know why he's randomly doing there. A couple of Pokemon on this page I recently got the other day. Obviously Stellar Crown and a few trades. These are all of my shiny Pokemon. I just kept this on the double page spread. It looks lovely from across all the different shiny sets. Here are my illustration rares. I have really bad luck with pulling these, but now that I've got them on a page, I seem to have a lot more than I thought I did. Pidgeot and Venusaur there, both alt art cards that I managed to pull. Very grateful. I keep them in here for display purposes. They'll probably make their way into top loaders eventually. King Gambit and Shiftry, definitely one of my favourite cards. Yeah, lovely. And the Koraidon alt art down there as well. I need to pop that into a top loader for sure. Here are my EXs. These are all my EXs. I keep them kind of in their set order usually, but it's nice to see them all laid out. I must admit, they look really great together. Got quite a few for the number of sets. Temporal Force I've got a few for. These two gaps down here are ones that I traded away today. It was a Blood Moon Ursaluna and can't remember that last one. Obviously, Trainer Gallery cards. Galarian Gallery cards. I do love the Galarian Gallery cards. I think they're brilliant. beautiful artworks. Some of the best from the Sword and Shield era. These are my Vs. Not a big fan of Vs, to be honest. I didn't quite get on with them as well as I did GXs. I find the whole black aesthetic with the border just a bit too dark. And also I found the artwork's a bit lackluster. There's a lot of 3D art. Very little hand illustrated art. GX cards, absolutely love the Sun and Moon era. Brilliant era. Obviously you got your tag teams down here as well. Latios Latias, Pikachu and Zekrom, Mew and Mewtwo, Gengar and Mimikyu GX. Don't know why my hand was on the camera. And Rowlet and Lone Executor. Yeah, some lovely cards in the GX era. And my EXs, not as many, you'll notice, but this is because I wasn't collecting as much back then. I was kind of on pocket money still. But I'm very grateful to own the ones I do. Charizard up in that left corner there, you'll just catch it there, was the first EX I ever got. Don't know why Palafin was chilling at the back of the board. These are my Radiant Collection cards. Again, wonderful cards. Very grateful I managed to collect the ones I did. And yeah, that's my binder. Feel free to have paused anytime, and obviously Charizard EX before we end. Yeah, feel free to pause and have a little look at any of the cards again.
So, first up, we have... I've ordered them specifically so that they all kind of stay together. But first up, we have the Gardevoir EX. This was a secret rare. They were called back then secret rares, rather than just, you know, all arts. These were the numbers outside the set. Very few of them back then, whereas now there's about 30, 40 cards out of the set number. Gardevoir EX is a lovely card, partnered up with the Volcanion EX. Both of these cards share similar... I'm just trying to get a good look at the light on the... kind of similar etching on the card. And obviously both feature, you know, Gardevoir, Volcanion. They were the main two packet arts. I'm trying to think what the other packet arts were. I think there was a Veltal Break. I can't think of the fourth packet art, but these were the pack arts for Steam Siege. Obviously feature Yveltal and Xerneas on the back of the cards as well, and they're just lovely. The texture on these cards are unmatched. Something that Scarlet and Violet era cannot do very well. Gardevoir EX, Gyarados EX now, Shiny Gyarados EX to be precise. Partner with Greninja and Manaphy, arguably one of my favourite cards of the XY era. Without a doubt. I mean, this card was one that I was so grateful to finally get my hands on. Wonderful artwork, absolutely brilliant etching on the card, and certainly one that I would recommend getting because it's so cheap. I mean, I remember when I got it at the time. I mean, even this Mewtwo card, they're not very expensive. I mean, the Mewtwo card's lovely. I do need the red one, so I'm just going to pretend like I've got it in my other hand. But the Mewtwo card is lovely again, partnered with Meloetta, Zoroark, and Haxorus. I believe on the other card it has Chestnut and Cresselia. There might be another Pokemon there. I think it's the other form of Meloetta, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, lovely cards, the gold cards. The ones I'm missing are obviously the other Mewtwo and the Alakazam, so I'll probably have to buy those ones. The one I did buy, however, was this absolutely gorgeous Shaman card. One of the best artworks I've seen on a card, to be honest. The Shaman artwork is gorgeous. Mega Rayquaza sitting in the background there. You know, the gold on the card is well, lovely. You've got Zygarde down in that bottom corner as well. A lot of people tend to miss the Zygarde featuring in the card. But again, the etching on the secret rares back in the day and the texturing was second to none. One thing that Scarlet and Violet could really learn from, to be honest. Right then, next up we have, just a random off one, Pikachu with grey felt hat. Obviously the Van Gogh Pikachu. Had to beat an old woman with a stick to get this card, to be honest. Definitely not my finest moment, but yeah, it's gorgeous artwork. One that's really sought after by collectors, and one that eventually will come out the top loader, and I'll stick in my binder over there. Right then, I just thought I'd turn the overhead light off because it was reflecting off the cards a bit strangely. Also, the Van Gogh Pikachu came with this little QR code in the back. It gives you a bunch of information about the exhibit, I think, and what was going on at the time when they had it on. Next up, Coridon. Secret, I mean, this just proves my point. 254 out of 198. I mean, that is just ridiculous. But, yeah, lovely card. Coridon is arguably my favourite Pokemon. I do have the alt art in my binder. I do need to top load it. It was only because I got it so recently. Yeah, one of my favourite Pokemon for sure. Partnered with the fact that I got Miraidon as well. I pulled this twice, this Coridon. Both times from a free pack blister. I traded the second one off to a friend who was after it. The Miraidon EX I got from... Oh, it was a wonderful Charizard, Terra Charizard Premium Collection box. I pulled not only this, but I pulled a Great Tusk. I pulled the Great Tusk you're going to see in a little bit, and I was just like, I was over the moon that I got both, like not only one secret rare, but an alt art as well. But lovely cards, really good legendaries, and I'm really glad I pulled both of them. Next up, Dragonite EX. You guys saw the Pidgeot EX in my binder. Don't ask me why I keep the Dragonite in a top load and not the Pidgeot. I'll probably stick the Pidgeot in after this video, to be honest. But Dragonite EX, lovely card, really grateful I got it. I got it from a Snorlax GX box back in the day. Next up, we are just going to pull out all three of these guys because they come as a set, obviously. The Charizard UPC ones. I mean, obviously, they're not that special. You can just go and pick them up whenever you want. But the artworks are gorgeous. I really want to kill the Pokemon Company for the bordering that I got on this one. But I'll let it slide. Wonderful artworks. This one partners with the Mewtwo that I'm so desperate to get and might have to fork out the money to buy it because I've not had any luck getting it. Charizard VMAX is a gorgeous card. Absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, the Charizard V over here, well, as you might see, there is a little Venusaur in the background. And prior to this card, we had a fight going on. So this is the Charizard V alt art from Brilliant Stars. I have a really good story for this one, which is why I will never trade it, never sold it. I've had so many offers for this card. Everyone I meet wants it. I don't know if it's just really uncommon. I know alt arts are hard to get, but I don't know whether this one is just really hard to get because everyone seems to want it. But I bought a random pack on the way home one day, a random blister with the promo and the coin. I put it on my desk and forgot about it. Came back a few days later and was like, oh, I forgot to open it. Opened the card and I was left in shock. Genuinely brilliant artwork. There's a reason this is a lot of people's chase from the Sword and Shield era, and I understand why. It's a gorgeous card that I will never trade never trade at all. A lot of these cards I wouldn't trade simply because of the story I have with them. Next up, we have my trainer alt arts. I'm just going to dish them all out on the desk in front. Let me just check I'm getting them on the camera fine. I've managed to pull quite a few trainer alt arts. Don't ask me how. I've had really good luck with trainer alt arts, to be honest. Not recently, but certainly in the first few sets. Obviously, I got Jacques from Scarlet and Violet base set, Iono from Paldean Fates, Gita is from Obsidian Flames, Scarlet and Violet, and Paldea Evolved. Lovely artworks. I'm not super... I mean, I do like the trainer arts, I definitely do. My favourite is definitely Jacques. There's obviously some trainer arts I'd rather have, but they tend to be the ones that are more pricey, so I guess just it's because everyone wants them. I do love Jacques' artwork, it's wonderful. Iono, I prefer this one over the Paldea Evolved one, I think. I think it was Paldea Evolved, the first one came out, but I just prefer the Paldean Fates one. I think it's a gorgeous artwork, very cartoony. Gita, yep, I like it. Cool location it's set. Giacomo, I do like where the angle's taken from it. It's just different than having a... I like the alt arts because of the position of the cameras and stuff and the scene and stuff. Yeah, you know, I'm just yapping. Penny, probably my least favourite, to be honest. I don't know why. I don't know. It's not my favourite. But then it's tough competition, to be honest. It's tough competition. So next up are my Pokemon Center ETB promos. I've been buying a lot of my ETB promos single. I don't know if I would have mentioned that in the bit before this. I'm sure I would have done. They're just expensive, and I'd like to save money where I can. So I tend to buy a lot of the ETB promos single. If I have bought an ETB, it's usually from the Pokemon Center. I think the only ETB I've bought that wasn't from the Pokemon Center was an Obsidian Flames one. The rest of them I've bought the promos single online just to save a bit of money. Especially when they started doing that double ETB like they did with Temporal Forces. I'm not paying for 2 ETBs. That's £100. That's ridiculous. But absolutely love the artworks. They've really gone over the top for these ETB artworks. They're brilliant, lovely pieces for the collection, and obviously the Pokemon Center ones are a little bit more valued. So I like to have these in my collection. I keep them in my top loaders, and then I keep the spare, the basic promo, in my binder. Okay, Unknown V. Another great story behind this one. I was getting back into collecting. It'd been a really long time since I'd collected anything, probably early Sword and Shield days. Silver Tempest came out that week, and I was looking at getting back into collecting stuff. Bought, I think, 5 Silver Tempest packs from my local store, and I pulled an Unknown V, the Unknown V alt art. I had absolutely no idea what the card was. I didn't even realise alt arts were a thing. It'd been so long since, well, not been so long since I collected. But I'd kind of forgotten alt arts were a thing, and especially early Sword and Shield days, alt arts weren't that big of a thing. It was mostly Rainbow Rares still and VMAXs. So the fact that I pulled this, I was so happy, and I think it was a good sign for starting collecting again. Mew EX, nothing special. This will eventually end up in the promo binder as well. Get it from the Mew UPC. Lovely card. I'm really happy to have it. If I do buy another UPC, which is only going to be for the 151 packs, I'll maybe keep one of these in a top load and then one in the binder. But yeah, it would just be for the 151 packs. Next up, Revavroom and Ice Skew. Obviously, in the video, you would have seen that I, again, have my Pidgeot alt art in the binder. I just keep it in there for display purposes with the Pidgey and Pidgeotto. The only one I'm missing is the Charizard now, and I'd love to get the Charizard so I have all the alt arts from that set. I would really, really love it, because then I've pulled them all. Just from like random packs and stuff. I'm not even a booster box person. Just from like occasional 3-pack blisters or one-off packs, I seem to get them. So if I can get that Charizard, I would be over the moon. Next up is my Altaria EX. Very happy to have this one again. Pulled it from a 3-pack blister. They must be insanely lucky. Or the store I buy them from, I think I've pulled 3 alt arts just from 3-pack blisters. That store has given me such luck, and I believe there's another card coming up. Yep, there's a card coming up in just a sec that I've also pulled yesterday from a 3-pack blister. Just to mention, obviously I have a Great Tusk in my binder. This is the original Great Tusk I pulled. This was from that Charizard Terry X box. I was very grateful to get that. The other one in the binder I pulled, no, I got it in a trade yesterday. Don't ask where I traded for a double one, but someone had just pulled it from a pack, and I was like, quick, I'll have it, because I can trade it for something better. Galvantula EX. Obviously, Stellar Crown has just released, like, I'm talking days ago, and I bought both the 3-pack blisters just to get the promos, and I pulled this, and everyone was absolutely shocked. Lovely card. My favourite alt art from the set, without a doubt. I'm just thinking, what were the others? I mean, Trapagos is nice, but in terms of all arts, this is 100% my favourite. Yeah, really nice card. Some beautiful colours going on. And the way they've done the border for these Stellar cards are just, they're wonderful. I can't wait to see what comes out in Surge and Sparks. Arceus V-Star, and I don't know why I've got Gyarados in the sleeve. He really needs to go, but I just keep him in there at the moment. I should probably stick him, but the Terra full arts are lovely. The Terra full arts aren't really good. I've only ever pulled one Terra full art, which is weird. But yeah, Arceus V-Star, pulled this in a video on the channel ages ago, the Gigantamax Pikachu box. I was so happy to pull this. I remember I was at my grandparents at the time, and I ran through to show them. I was like, oh, look at this. And they had no idea what it was, but they were over the moon, the fact that I'd pulled it. This one, again, don't know why I keep it on a top loader. I got this off a friend. I think I just keep it in there because he put it in there when he gave it to me. This Mewtwo was just given to me as an extra little bonus from an online purchase. I just keep in there because it was in there to begin with. The what were these? Were these the Euros? For the Euros or something like that? I can't remember. When did they come out? 2020. Maybe it was for the Euros, but these futsal promos. I only got 3. I'm missing the Grookey and the Sobble, but I'm grateful I got the Pikachu, Eevee, and Scorbunny. If I can get those other 2, I'd like to just have them in the collection, but if I just have those 3, I'm more than happy. They're quite rare, and I think they'll go up in value over time. Not that I'd sell them, but it's just nice to know that they're not as common. Next up, open these on the channel as well. The illustration contest promo cards. Gorgeous cards. I cannot wait for this year's illustration contest promos to be released. Absolutely love the artworks that come out. I would have entered it myself, but at the time I was still quite new to doing digital art. I hadn't done much. I'm more of a traditional pen to paper, and I just wasn't sure I could compete with some of the guys that would be entering. So I think this year I have a bit more confidence in myself to bring something to the table. That's just the Metal Mew. You know, I just keep it in the top loader because I don't actually know what to do with it. I maybe just stick it over in my cabinet there on my shelf, but you know, I just keep it in there anyway. And the last 2 have a lovely story behind these. Went up to London with a friend. Shout out to my friend Reggie. We queued in London for about 2.5 hours for this Pokepost thing, and we both got. I think I got the Pikachu, he got the Eevee, but he gave it. He was doing it for me anyway, so you know I ended up with both the promos. I can't thank him enough. The person, the 2 people we sent the other envelopes to were really happy to receive them. My 2 cousins, so I was really grateful that we could do it for them and for myself as well. So yeah, that's my complete collection. Fair few cards. I'd obviously like to keep growing the collection. My main objective is the promos. Obviously I don't have the money to kind of master every set or try and collect every set as much as I can. So for me, the promos are a way of me collecting the Scarlet and Violet era cards without having to pay stupendous amounts for completing all the sets, if that makes sense. So I can complete the promo sets a lot more affordably whilst collecting the main sets on the side. And at the end, I'll have a nice kind of binder to show off that will show the progression from the start of Scarlet and Violet all the way to the end. It will show all the little gimmicks that started and things like that. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me. This was a little bit more of a rambly video, a little like kind of chat one. But I just like to record this so that maybe in a year's time I can compare what do I have now to what do I have then. But yeah, thank you very much for joining me, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.